Well, it's gonna be on the 3DS.
Oh right, it's not even on the Wii, is it?
Yeah, this is part of that 3DS lineup we were talking about earlier.
Okay, is it not on the Wii U though?
No, it is not.
Okay,
I don't know. It is not.
okay, it's a perfect Nintendo game because they have a different audience, and like anyone who's like interested in mastering all the like different guns that you can shoot or different moves you can use in a fighting game, you're not gonna have much fun holding down a button and pulling back on the analog stick.
That's what she said. Moving on. So, with Luigi's Mansion, I just want to say, like, I played through that entire game and enjoyed it, but it was terrible.
I know what you mean.
I mean, it was just because it was like Nintendo's first try at a game on the GameCube and all that. But I just, like, I got into it, but I recognized that game was just, there were so many things that were bad about it that, like, hindered me from enjoying it, you know?
Mm-hmm. I'm sad.
Why?
Because Super Mario on the 3DS looks so good, and there's not really going to be a regular DS version, and so unless I spend $250, I'm out of luck.
They're trying to get you to upgrade with that, with this lineup that they're
It looks
coming
so
out with.
good.
Like they, oh, and isn't Ocarina of Time 3D coming out at the end of this week?
Yes.
It's getting a little ridiculous. Like, I'm gonna have to pick one of these. That's such an investment, you know.
It is,
like,
especially for a handheld.
Like that's a PlayStation 3. You know, that's an iPhone.
Yeah.
It's a new processor for my computer, so I
Two
can actually
Kindles.
play Battlefield 3. You can read 2 Kindles at once.
I was thinking of being generous and giving it to your significant other / partner.
If that's some sort of allegation, I will deny that.
So Wii U. Next is Wii U me, him, her, it.
Too many pronouns going on, and none of them spelt correctly. These damn Japanese. I thought they got their translation issues worked out around the Nintendo 64 era. Nope.
Well, they couldn't just put W-E as Wii, but they could have said Wii U, Y-O-U. Wii U is just a stupid name.
Yeah, no, it's...
They should have called it Wii Revolution.
Oh, they should have called it the Revolution. Should have been like,
Yeah.
You've been waiting for it. Here it is, released today, Apple style.
Revolution Handheld Edition.
But I have to say,
Okay, so let's talk about the Wii U. Because for everyone at home who's confused or doesn't know anything about the Wii U.
we're still listening at 1 hour and 34 minutes.
Yes. We thank you very much for listening, by the way. We appreciate all the support that you give us by just listening. We don't really know how this is going to go, but we do appreciate all of you.
What
all
is this,
four of you.
fundraising charity? Are you asking for donations?
No.
'Cause that's kind of what it sounds like
No,
at this
I
point.
just think we
By
should...
the way, if you'd like to donate, you can... No, I'm just kidding.
And I think it's appropriate time to thank people, because if they've been listening for this long, they should be
And
thanked.
we just opened up our PayPal again. No.
So if you want to donate, no. No, but so the Wii U, let's explain
All
it.
donations go straight to hookers and blow. Just saying.
Okay, so the Wii U, it is not the Wii. It is not a handheld console. The Wii U has two parts. One part is a device similar to the Wii. It has a disc slot for optical discs. It takes that. It takes that disc. It reads
Right
that disc.
in the butt.
It takes that disc and it reads that disc. No 3-inch discs here. We're going with the big boys.
And in fact, you can't even play a GameCube disc on the Wii U.
For all the people that would ever want to do that.
Me, yeah, that's right. Screw you,
Okay,
man.
but the biggest thing about the Wii U and the most expensive part of it is a handheld that isn't a handheld. It is a device that syncs up with your Wii U. I don't even know what to call it at this point, but Wii U console, and you can play games that would normally play on your TV on your handheld. But you cannot play games without the console part, so you can't take this in your car and play a game on it. Now,
can we get Wi-Fi on our handheld screen controller?
Are you asking a question that you already know the answer to?
I don't know the answer to the question. I think the answer is no, but what if it's implemented? What if you get... I mean, at this
Why
point
do you
in the
need
game,
it?
Well, then from any Wi-Fi hotspot, just like with Layer on the PlayStation 3, you could ping back to your home console, get it to work out all the AI and graphics in for everything for you, and it pings back.
I think it would be too slow for a lot of things.
For maybe
chess would work,
but
like you can play chess on your phone.
Yeah,
like they need to start thinking practical. But anyways,
and speaking of impractical, that's the thing, right? Like, what practical application? Or sorry, I shouldn't really say practical, but like, because the video games are entirely impractical, right?
Yeah.
But what is there to gain from this extra screen? That's what I want to know.
Nothing. So what I was saying was...
and there you have it, the end. All right, we'll see you next time.
No, so what I was saying was, this is so someone can watch the TV while you're playing your game. But what I say is almost all households have more than 2 TVs nowadays.
Yeah.
So you could set the Wii up on a different TV. Or the console, whatever. That's one thing. Second of all, the households that only have one TV are usually poorer.
Be careful here.
They're usually poorer than the other households, and so they're not going to be able to afford a Wii U console. I can't read that.
Is this mirror image?
Alex is showing me something.
Don't worry about it. Continue.
It's frozen now. Anyways, and so I'm wondering, the Wii U is a whole new console.
Mm-hmm.
So when is it coming out?
2012.
Okay. They're phasing up the Wii way too early. They have 4 consoles that they're going to have to support.
Well, that's exactly what they said they were doing at the end of that conference, wasn't it?
And so that's going to be a tough thing to pull off. I'm going to throw something out here, and I'm predicting it, actually. Microsoft will introduce a portable device next E3.
And why do you say that?
For the hell of it.
For the hell of it.
No, I think that it's time for them to get into the market. The 360 did so well. They know they're going to have a constant backing for the next Microsoft console. A handheld would make sense with the PSP like treading thin water. The 3DS is going to do well, but it might lack something in gameplay. Which, I mean, I think that's what they addressed at the conference. I think they did a good job of it. They do have good games coming out. So it'll be difficult. Yeah, it'll be difficult to
no more pilot wings on your 3DS. No, none of that crap. All right, can I tell you why Microsoft will not introduce a handheld?
Okay, yes.
The only reason the Xbox exists today is because Microsoft was afraid that Sony could go ahead, develop an internet browser, and maybe PS3, PS4, whatever, compete for the home market of Windows with Microsoft. Microsoft feared the fact that the PlayStation was getting so popular it could replace the home PC. they released the Xbox to be competitive with the PlayStation, and that is why the Xbox could lose $1 billion a year, but still be a valid division of Microsoft for the first 6 or 7 years of it existing. Now, you suggest that Microsoft would release a handheld just for the hell of it in the same sort of competitive fashion of we have the money, let's get out there, let's get our name out there, let's fight for that market. Why they won't do this? Windows 8. Have you seen Windows 8 yet?
Amazing.
It's like, I wouldn't say it's amazing. I'm not that hyped about it. But at the end of, for anyone who doesn't know, there's a video out there, first video of Windows 8, official by Microsoft, and they're showing touchscreen interfaces similar to something you would have on an iPod, iPad, and then you can go right into your desktop. Everything's supposed to work well with a touchscreen, everything's supposed to work well with a mouse, and it seems like their tagline is, it's going to be on everything. It's going to be on slates, tablets, laptops, desktops, phones, handhelds. So why does this stop a handheld Xbox? Because right now the Windows 7 phone is Microsoft's handheld gaming platform. You can download your games on it, you can play them, it's Microsoft. When Windows 8 comes out, you know that they're going to have all these little handhelds like your phones and your slates and whatnot. They're going to run Windows 8 and they're going to run your, some version of your arcade games, right? Same ones that are coming out for Windows 7. Because, the thing is, you get all those indie developers making games through XNA that are working on the 360 and they work on PC. All you have to do is you write them once and they work on both. They'll work on Windows 7, they work on Windows 8. There's no reason for Microsoft, because they have Windows taking up that handheld market, there's no reason for them to introduce the Xbox to compete with Windows, since it's already in there competing. They already have something fighting that battle. Okay. Versus with the home consoles, they needed something to fight for.
That's a good valid point. I would also say something that would be against them making it portable would be that they would have to make something entirely new. Nintendo has already made things; they know what they're doing. And PSP, they didn't really know what they were doing, but the Vita, they're doing a little bit better. And the PSP did better as it went along. And what I have to say is that they do have to be separate from the Xbox. It can't be the Xbox handheld. I think the Wii U is a bad idea. I think it is bad to mix your handhelds with your consoles so seamlessly. But I don't want that to come across the wrong way. I would love if the 3DS and the Wii U were the same thing. I would love if you could play your TV games on your 3DS, but then you could also take your 3DS and go play your 3DS games. I think that we've always been trying to connect the handhelds and the consoles all the way back to those little cables you plugged in your GameCube to play like the Chow Garden on Sonic, or like
Animal Crossing, Zelda 4 Sword Adventures.
Yep. All those games, transferring Pokemon to Pokemon Stadium, all those things. That
was the Nintendo 64.
Yeah. So they've always been trying to connect the handhelds and the consoles, but I think now that, and I always thought it was a good idea, but now that I'm seeing it with the Wii U, I think Nintendo's doing it the wrong way. I think Sony's actually doing a pretty good job with the Vita, from what I've seen so far. I think they're connecting it a little bit better. It seemed like you played the same game on both things. Is that correct? To an extent.
You'll have to give me a specific example, but I already talked about it during the show.
I know.
Lair, you could load it up on your PlayStation 3, or from any wireless hotspot. As long as your PS3 was on and the Lair disc was in the PS3, you could play Lair on your PSP.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a better way of doing things.